How are we doing with Dr. King's dream?
We have progressed a lot, but we haven't gone far enough.
We're not going to overcome systemic racial injustice with being nice. There's going to be a lot of work that's going to be hard. It's going to cause tension.
It's always the time to do what is right.
Keep up the fight. Just don't give up the fight.
The Dr. Martin Luther King National Holiday Celebration is presented in partnership with Atrium Health, City of Charlotte, and WSOC-TV.
And thank you for being with us tonight for this special program honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're coming to you live tonight, and I'm Scott Wickersham.
I'm Erica Bryant. This holiday is about honoring Dr. King's legacy and what he stood for, making a positive impact. A day on, not a day off.
Certainly much work to be done to achieve Dr. King's dream, but tonight we're giving praise to the people doing that good work in our community.
Yes, people who have given up their jobs to serve the homeless full time, become leaders of programs that they once benefited from, open the eyes of others to make change and create equity, and make sure that students facing the biggest hurdles have the tools they need. We're surprising each of them with an honor from the City of Charlotte. For 36 years, the city has recognized people who represent Dr. King's values.
The highest honor is the Medallion Award. Listen to the pastor of Mayfield Memorial Missionary Baptist Church describe this year's winner.
He's young, but he is the he's the oldest young man I've ever met. But he is community-minded down to his DNA.
Now, this award is given for promoting racial equality, social justice, and community service.
I had the privilege of meeting the city's choice for this year's Medallion Award.
Sure does feel that way during this pandemic.
These days, Myers Park Baptist Church senior minister Reverend Dr. Benjamin Boswell delivers his sermons virtually. But from the moment he arrived in Charlotte in 2016,
no justice! No peace! No justice!
Amid racial protests after the death of Keith Lamont Scott, he's been hands-on.
One of my primary tasks would be to educate my congregation about the challenges facing the black community in the city of Charlotte, but also to look at ourselves in the mirror and try to understand what we as white people, what is our responsibility to do for the cause of justice, racial justice in our city.
His mission surely resonates. Dr. Peter Wary describes Reverend Boswell this way.
He is the best distillation of a servant leader and a firebrand, a prophetic leader for social justice.
Wary was with Boswell as they led their congregations on a bus tour through the Deep South, retracing the steps of the Black Freedom Movement.
There were tears. There was laughter, there was learning. Ben Boswell is creative and compassionate and powerful and fearless. This man is the epitome of a leader who accepts the mantle of responsibility but never chases it. And so as the result of this, spiritual power follows him. Believe it.
Certainly words and actions that draw parallels to the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Reverend Boswell led his church in erecting a Black Lives Matter sign out front with their mission words of being inclusive, spiritual, and just. And he created a 7-week spiritual affinity group where white people work to understand more about what it means to be white. Passionate work that Reverend Boswell has not done seeking acclaim. So, as we walk through the front doors of his church,
well, congratulations.
he had no idea that he would be awarded this year's MLK Medallion Award.
Then your members can certainly keep a secret.
Presented by the City of Charlotte.
Based on your life of service and all that you've done, we could not have thought of a better person this year to make this award to. You are very deserving, and we are honored to recognize you and the accomplishments that you've had over the years.
Reverend Boswell says he is humbled to be compared to Dr. King, who he calls his hero.
I've admired him since I was a child, and admired him as a pastor, admired him as a leader, as a teacher, as a radical activist, as a promoter of justice, as a preacher, as a scholar, and to be associated with him in any way and to be recognized by someone in our own city, as someone who is following in his footsteps, to me is the greatest honor that I could have in my entire life.
And this is a photo of Reverend Boswell with his daughter. He says that it is her future and the future of all of our children that he will continue to do this powerful work on behalf of them.
Whether it's providing a meal or collecting donations or giving somebody shelter, our next award winner is doing all of it. Deborah Woolard is the founder of Block Love Charlotte, offering a hand to people who really need one. Channel 9's John Paul learned about the sacrifices that she made to fill this huge need.
On one of the smallest streets in Charlotte, you'll find one of the biggest hearts.
Was about to lose her house, and she went through rapid housing. And
Deborah Woolard spends nearly every day on this small block
God has a plan.
serving food to the homeless. It started after witnessing the need back in 2014.
I used to work at the corner of Trade and Tryon for a law firm, and every morning I would see individuals, and it started out just sharing my lunch or my breakfast with them. Then it became knowing their names, knowing their situations.
And since that time, this block changed Woolard's life and dreams. She started Block Love Charlotte, and this year quit her job to do this full time. Every single day, you'll see her and her group out here on Pfeiffer feeding the growing homeless population.
Hey, how you doing?
And the need on this street skyrocketed in the last year. As the pandemic hit, Block Love stepped up, feeding hundreds 300 days straight and counting.
The needs don't stop, even in the midst of a pandemic. We've been out here every day.
So you're either gonna get the barbecue sandwich
every single day since March 8th.
That's amazing.
Whether I've been out here or the team, we have not missed a day. We haven't missed a beat.
Her mission attracted radio personality No Limit Larry from Power 98.
And I fell in love with the work that she was doing, and I actually began working in the organization.
He saw the great work Block Love is doing and how it had transformed everyone who depends on her into a family.
She's the mom of the Block family. She is the one that goes out and gets all the resources for the whole family. Like Deb cooks food in her house.
You're just ready to go if somebody needs something?
Oh yeah, so on the back is blankets. But we're pretty much on go all the time.
In fact, she keeps supplies packed right inside of her vehicle because she never knows when someone might need something.
I try to keep shoes on hand. You never know who needs any cool shoes. I keep a coat or two in here. You never know who needs a coat. And then we always have snacks.
Her commitment and love exemplify Dr. King's dream. That's why she was nominated for the Growing the Dream Award.
Tell me about what your thoughts were when you found out you were a nominee for this prestigious award.
It absolutely blew my mind because I had no idea, but I always tell people you never know who's watching you.
It's true. You never do know who's watching. While we were interviewing Woolard for this story, this happened.
You're in for a big treat, Miss Deb.
Carlenia Ivory interrupted us to tell Woolard that she wasn't a nominee after all. She was the winner.
I'm here today because you are the winner of the Growing the Dream Award. Let's give her a hand. Come on.
Oh God, don't make me cry.
I want to tell you on behalf of WSOC, Food Lion, and the Atrium, thank you.
Oh God, y'all made me cry. Oh God, but my lashes don't make sure. Thank you all. This is awesome. Thank you.
So how does it feel? I mean, you don't have to wait to find out.
Oh wow, all I can say is thank you, thank God, and thank you to everyone that believes in our mission. It's not easy. All I can say is I'm doing what God has assigned me to do, and the work will continue to go forward.
And like Woolard said, you never do know who's watching or who might depend on your kindness.
I never started out to do this to get any type of accolades, any attention, any awards. I literally did this because it's the right thing to do. I mean, you know, my thing is to do something for somebody other than yourself.
Yeah, she certainly is. Now, Woolard hopes this Growing the Dream Award will make it possible for Block Love Charlotte to help out even more people. She also plans to approach the city about renaming Pfeiffer Avenue to Block Love Charlotte Court.
She's been leading Charlotte's celebration of Dr. King for 3 decades, sharing the dream with the next generation.
We need to show them, those of us who've been in the fight for a long time, how to fight.
How that fight grew into a mission to spread Dr. King's message throughout the Queen City.
The path to success starts at a young age, and this CMS employee is making sure students have what they need.
She's the unsung hero.
We honor her years of hard work serving families across the district and in her neighborhood.
For me, I like giving back for fun, so it's kind of like a hobby.
A hobby that's helped more than 20,000 children around the world. What this high school senior saw at a young age that inspired her to act.
The Dr. Martin Luther King National Holiday Celebration Medallion Award is presented by the City of Charlotte and CRC.